This is an exciting day, guys. Welcome to winter test number 2. All right, I'm in Colorado Springs and I'm driving right now. Watch the road, sorry. Blue Cruise really gets mad at me sometimes. So it is now in Colorado Springs. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it is minus 2 degrees. And just for you folks to say, hey, minus 2, that's still not enough. I'm on my way to Monument right now. It is a winter weather advisory coming in, so I'm gonna go up to Monument. We'll see. Sometimes it's not really that big a deal. It's supposed to be minus 7 or minus 8 there, so we're gonna do a winter weather test. For everybody who watched my first test where it was only 19 degrees, we are gonna do this one in minus 7 or 8 degrees, and we're gonna see how much energy the battery actually uses sitting there as if you were stuck. And now for those of you who are like, hey, that's not a winter driving test, you know, you need to see how the battery does whenever you're driving in the winter. Well, we'll do one of those too, but I just got new tires, so I'm putting about 1,000 or 2,000 miles on them before I actually do a test, kind of wear the new off of them a little bit. But we're heading to Monument and it's gonna be good. Now it is minus 4 degrees and we're still on our way to Monument. Some people might think it's a little weird driving into a storm, but hey, I think it's gonna help out our test a little bit. Woohoo! And watch the road. Okay, I'm watching. So here we are, ladies and gents. We are in Monument, Colorado. The wind is blowing. It is minus 8 degrees. I'm gonna get back in the truck really quickly, but we are here for winter test number 2. And for all of those who said that 19 degrees was not cold enough, well, it's a little colder now. But we're parked here in the parking lot, Monument, Colorado. But it's cold out here, so let's do this. I just stepped back inside. Oh my goodness. Okay, I don't see how y'all do it. Those up in Michigan and Canada, minus 20, 30 degrees. Oh my goodness, minus 8 is freezing. It is cold outside. Anyways, I'm back inside. I still got my jacket on. I'll take it off here in a minute. We're gonna start the test. So right now I have it set on 67. We're only gonna do driver focus. So I had some people saying that the other test wasn't a good test because it wasn't real world. Like you would actually only do driver focus and you probably have it on 65 to 67. So we're gonna do that, and minus 8 degrees, and yeah, let's just see how much energy the truck uses up. Again, we're starting at 74% and minus 8 degrees. All right, here's the first hour check-in. Actually, we are a little bit past the first hour mark. It's actually, it is 12:02. So I'm gonna just show you what's going on here. It's still a minus 8 degrees. It's still cold. Snow's coming in a little bit. So let me show you what we got going on here. So we are at a minus 8 degrees and it is 12:03 actually. So a little bit past the half hour mark, almost exactly 15 minutes past. Still minus 8 degrees and we are at 73%. So just like last time, I want to check on the battery a little bit here. It is now down to 95%. And as you can tell, batteries are a little cold. Pretty much no matter where the battery level is, this will go down based on the temperature, how cold it is outside. And again, if you look up there, this will actually tell you like the battery temperature and how cold it is. Something else to note here, yeah, snow's starting to come in a little bit. I still have it at 67 degrees and it's on auto. And it's actually pretty nice in here. But if you look, it's ice is starting to build up a little bit there on the windshield, probably where the defroster is not blowing. But yeah, you got a little bit of snow coming in. And the truck, if you notice, on the first part of the video, I was still wearing my jacket because I was cold after coming inside. But now, I mean, I'm in my t-shirt. It is actually quite warm in here. I mean, 67 degrees is pretty good compared to outside, obviously, being minus 8. The wind chill, something I didn't mention earlier, but the wind chill is right around minus 30. So it's cold outside with this storm coming in. Here we are at hour number 2. And let's see how we are doing. It is now -9 degrees and we are at 72%. If you notice that really this is just an estimated range, it does keep going down based on, you know, not just the percentage going down, but also it's a dynamic estimation. So if it doesn't think you're driving that much, then it's just going to do that. Anyway, so it's about 12:49 and it is still at 67. Still driver's side focused. Just been getting some work done. Yep. And using the Wi-Fi in here, so that may use up a little bit more energy. But still pretty snowy. Looks like the ice is packing up a little bit on the hood there. But yeah, snow's coming down. So just enjoying my time here in Monument. You know, I'm not encouraging you guys to do the same thing, but I'm doing this for you. So just in case you are out and about, you know, and you get stuck in cold weather, I'm just trying to show you that how long the battery will last. You know, I'm not too totally sure, even though I did that other test. This is definitely a lot colder. Now, I will tell you though, you know, because it's winter, make sure that you have, you know, some, you know, blankets in your car. Or they sell those little tiny ones that kind of open up, and they're pretty good little blankets. We have a few of them in our glove box, and basically they're just like little things that fit in a little Ziploc bag, and they're not much to them, but they're supposed to keep you warm in case of winter. But, you know, keep little food, snacks in your car. So I got one of these little thermal blankets. We have a few of these in our glove box, and what I recommend is that you have these, you have some water, you have some food. I don't really need it. I'm actually pretty toasty in here, but I was kind of curious because I had a few of them. I'm like, what is this like? It's a blanket wrapped in a baggie, and I don't even know what it's like. We got a few off of Amazon and put them in our vehicles for emergencies, but I'm gonna open this up. Let's just see what this is. All right. Look at this. This thing is like it looks like aluminum foil all wrapped up in a bag. I don't know how I'm gonna get it back in that bag. I don't even know if I'm going to or not. What in the world? This is like a piece of aluminum foil. That's all it is. Is it actually going to do what it says in retaining up to 90% of your body heat? I have no idea. There we go. So yeah, if you're in a car, bring these. Hey, I was surprised. It like fit. It covers me up. And whoa. Seems like it might be a little easy to tear. Let's see. You know, this thing's pretty tough. Good call, Amazon. So I don't know what this, I don't really know if it's going to retain any heat, but I just wanted to show you. You fit this big blanket. Whatever. All right. So bring your blankets, bring your snacks. Make sure you have stuff like that with you for in case of emergency. I'm laughing now, but it's a serious deal. People get cold in their cars, get stranded. I don't care if you have an EV or not. These are for all cars. You don't want to get stranded. There's my evaluation. I'm sticking with it. And just make sure that you're prepared just in case you are stuck. And I think we're doing pretty good. But anyways, I'll see you on hour 3 check-in. Now we are at the 3-hour mark. Actually, a little bit over that. And still having fun. Snow kind of stopped for a little bit. So that's good, but we are still looking at -9 Fahrenheit for those of you that use Celsius. Let's just see what we got going on here. There we are, -9, and we are at 71%. And we are a little bit over the hour mark at 1:56, or almost 10 minutes over. Still at 67. Still nice and toasty in here. And as far as the battery update, it is now down to 90%. And if you can tell there, those batteries are getting a little cold. That's what they're telling me. So speaking of the batteries, something to note here is that this is a 2023, so it does not have a heat pump that will help keep the batteries warm or anything like that. So that's just something to note if you are kind of stuck in the cold. But we're doing this test, and we've done 3 hours so far. It's gone down from 74 to 71. And so that's actually not that bad. That's even better than the last time. Now, the last time I did have it up a little bit higher on temperature, and I was running the seat heaters and everything like that. But I'm trying to do a little bit closer to reality situation. So I have it on 67, which is reality. Probably 65 to 67 is what people would have it at. The auto works pretty well, so you're still running a heater to keep it above the outside temperature, which is -9. So I think it's counteracting that pretty well, and it's pretty warm in here. It's not bad. So yeah, I'll see you at hour 4. I'm going to do this one a little bit longer. Last time I only did 3 hours. So this time I'll just do a little bit longer and see how that goes. Now we are on to hour number 4, completed, of our little test here. Just hanging out in the truck. The wind kind of stopped a little bit. Sun's out. So that's pretty good. As you can see right there, still 9 degrees. It is now at 69%. And while we're here, let's go ahead and look. If you see here, the battery is saying 85% is available. And if you look up here, the battery's getting kind of cold. It's like, hey, get me back inside that heated garage. And it is 2:52, and we are still at 67 degrees. So yeah, based on that little battery temperature, it kind of looks like the battery is not very happy at the moment. But hey, it's -9 degrees. What are you gonna do? We'll see how this goes. But -9, I think that's a pretty good test. Well, here we are at hour number 5, and the sun's still out, and it is still -9 degrees Fahrenheit. So hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm doing this just for you. I'm going to stay probably another hour, do a full 6 hours, so double the amount of time that I did last time. Just sitting here in my truck, working, enjoying the Wi-Fi, and I'm having a good time. This is awesome. So let me show you what I got. It is at 67%, still showing there -9 degrees Fahrenheit. And see how the battery's doing. Oh, it's not doing that great. Look at that. It is almost at the line. It is cold. Still saying I have 80% of max acceleration on the battery. That's the max use that I can get out of the battery. And then if you look over here, it is 403 and still 67 degrees down there that we have the internal temperature at. And it's going pretty well. But I did want to point out again, I'm in a t-shirt. It's 67 degrees. I have it set to in here. I imagine if you were going through this same situation in real life, and you're stuck on the highway and nobody's moving, maybe accident, something like that, you could probably reduce it down even more. It's still kind of toasty in here. I'm wearing a t-shirt, but -9 degrees outside, so it's compensating pretty well. All right, well, we'll see you. I'm going to do one more hour, and so we're gonna finish out this 6th hour, and then yeah, I'll let you know how it goes. Now, this is hour number 6. This is it. This is all she wrote for my test today. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And now let me show you what we got going on. Actually, first, let me show you this. If you look up here, I just opened up the sunroof. Man, there's frost all over that thing. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, so here is all of our little stats here. Let's do this. So we are at 65%, still -9 degrees, kind of hanging on there with the temperature. And let's see how cold this battery is. Still hanging out at 80%. I sound like a weatherman. But then if you look here, that battery is really cold. I don't think it likes -9 degrees. Now again, this is Fahrenheit. And we are at 452, so we just crossed over 5 minutes ago is when we were at the 6-hour mark. Now let me tell you something else here too. Going back here to home screen is where I have to get the percentage from. 65%, it just went down from 66 to 65 right before I started this video, and it was just over the 6-hour mark. So technically it was at 66%, but we'll count it as 65. So yeah, technically it was at 66%, and just before I started the video, which was a couple minutes after the 6-hour mark, it switched down to 65. I'm going to count it at 65. We're going to be conservative because the whole thing is a test for you, to make sure for all of us to know what is it like having to sit here for a long time. If you were stuck on a highway, stuck somewhere in a snowstorm, -9 degrees is a pretty good amount. Pretty low amount. I know it gets colder up north, but it's about -22 degrees wind chill too, so that's pretty cold. So we're looking at 9% in total. That's our total stats. We used 9% of the battery for 6 hours. I think that is amazing. That means 9% of the battery, 6 hours. That means multiply that times 10. You could sit here for 60 hours being stuck in a snowstorm, using up 90% of the battery. That's pretty good. Actually, it probably wouldn't be good if you were stuck for that long, but it's good to know that, you know, electric vehicle will last a while. The battery, just like what I was saying, the battery does seem to be getting a little cold. Oh, actually, just as I'm recording the video here, so we're still a little bit past it. It actually went down to 75%. Let me show you that. So what that is not capacity. This part right here is how much of the battery, how much power you could use. Like normally you can get 100% power, like with your acceleration. Now this is the battery temperature. It's getting pretty cold. So I'd imagine after you sit here several more hours, it might be even colder than that. But I just wanted to point that out, that it got down to 75. So I hope you've enjoyed these videos. I just got new tires, so be looking out for future videos on that. So I'm going to be waiting about 1,000 miles, and I'm going to be doing some cold weather tests on the new tires to test the range. So I'll give them a little bit of 2,000 miles to kind of wear down a little bit, and then I'll be doing some tests on those for cold weather driving test. Hope you're enjoying the videos as much as I am making them. So let me know in the comments if you have any more questions about what it's like owning a Ford Lightning, because my goal is just to let you experience owning a Ford Lightning with me. What are the pitfalls? What are some highlights? And yeah, just let me know what you think, and I really look forward to seeing you on the next video.